we're in free agency right now, right? That's what we're at right now.
Oh my God, yeah.
So what's the story? What's leaping out at you, to you about what we're seeing right now?
The quarterback market is crazy right now. Probably the biggest name in there now is Cameron Ward, who started his career at a small school, Incarnate Word in Texas, put up huge numbers, followed his offense coordinator to Pullman, put up really good numbers in the Pac-12. There's, some of the things we're hearing is if you want to be in the Cam Ward market, you may have to pay $1.5 million, which is not an insignificant amount of money, right, at this point. He's a guy who could go to the NFL, but I don't think he would be, one of those top guys right now. I mean, he's got good size. He can extend plays. He's got a quick release, but he's been a little inconsistent. But he also doesn't have the talent around him some of these other guys who are on the top of the draft probably do. He's visiting Miami right now as we speak. Is he a guy that Ohio State tries to jump in on? I mean, there's been a lot of speculation about where else he could be going.
Well, they need a quarterback.
They do. I mean, I know that they have some optimism about Devin Brown, who is a younger quarterback who's going to play Mizzou in the Cotton Bowl. So we'll see, because, the bar obviously in Columbus for quarterback play is sky high after what they've had. Different versions of it, whether it's, a dual threat guy like Fields or C.J. Stroud was pretty close to flawless. Right
now you've got one kid who is the offensive rookie of the year in the NFL, and you got one kid who's quarterbacking Texas in the college football playoffs, who left because Stroud was there for one more year.
He was barely there. Like, he was there for
he was there for a year, wasn't he?
He was there for a few months.
Okay.
So, but he, like, the weird thing about Ewer's time there was, he left his high school a year early, because there was an NIL situation where he couldn't get money, so he could get up there. Went there. I don't think he ever had a chance to really compete for that starting job the way it was set up. I went in there, and then
Stroud was there. What do you?
Yeah, so, no shame in that. But it's like you're going to go in the at the middle of training camp and think you're going to win a starting job. That's not realistic. Not even realistic to think you're going to be the backup.
Right. So what is going on with Arch Manning? Because is Ewers going anywhere?
Everything I'd heard was that he was expected to stay another year. Now he'll probably
just sit and watch.
Well, I'm saying that Ewer stays, and then all of a sudden, Arch. There's a guy in between them who's also really talented, Malik Murphy, who's way bigger, has a terrific arm, hasn't played that much, didn't play that much in high school, and he was the guy who took over when Ewers got hurt. I think from everything I heard, the staff really likes Arch Manning. The consistency is a challenge right now. It's up and down. He's a young quarterback.
He's a baby.
Yeah,
I know, but he's a Manning as well, and so like they're already probably counting about how many years it is down to his second NFL contract right now. I'm sorry,
Is that the big rush though? Like, what's the best thing for his development? When you knew you're sending him from there, and it wasn't like the level of competition he was facing where he was in high school was like he was playing Mater Dei or Bosco's schedule out here, where they're playing the best of the best in high school. So it's like, I think they're, they have to be savvy enough to sit there and go, okay, what's the best thing long term? Because if you throw somebody into a situation because you want it right now, it's probably going to be to the detriment. Like, if you believe in Steve Sarkisian and he's a terrific play caller, and he's been proven to be really, really good with college quarterbacks, ride it out. Learn behind yours. You're going to, I think they're only going to keep recruiting better and better after this playoff run. Is it that big of a rush? It's, Lord knows they don't need the money. So, just ride the development part of it out. Could he get on the field someplace else next year if Ewers comes back? Of course he could play someplace else. But is that ultimately the best thing for him? Look, far be it from me or you to judge. To give advice to the Mannings about quarterbacks.
Yeah, I know. And here I'm just assuming. But here I am. I don't mean to lump you in, but here I am wondering that the best way to get better would be to get the experience going, right, and to get the playing going, and because again, you take a look at what's going on in the NFL right now. Who are the guys who are surprising with their play early on in their careers? It's the ones who have 40 career starts in college.
Right.
35, 40 career starts in college. I mean, Jake Browning, you know all about him from Washington. It's not like he's just fell off a turnip truck.
No.
I mean, and Brock Purdy in Iowa State. Like, that's so I'm just wondering if anybody does know about the development of quarterbacks more than any other human beings, it is the Manning family. That's the only reason why I asked. Certainly,
it's an interesting dynamic, because if you're them, do you sit there and go, would it have been wiser for us to go to TCU? Now, I think at the time TCU was pretty confident in Chandler Morris, but like, would you go to some place like that as opposed to sitting? Like LSU's backup is really talented, right? It's Doug Nussmeier's son, Garrett. He's been behind Jaden Daniels, for the last 2 years, and he's played some, but it's like, ultimately, what's the best, like, where do you want to be? And then what's the best situation in terms of for guys who are going to play? Because as you said, now look, I mean, the two guys who are also with Jaden Daniels at the Heisman transferred, played a lot at Auburn, played a lot at Indiana, and then went up there and blossomed, really blossomed in years 3 and 4. So, I don't think it's one size fits all, because like Joe Burrow didn't play at Ohio State at all. And then he had 1 year at LSU where it was kind of, they were evolving in what they did scheme wise. And then the next year, he's the greatest quarterback I've seen in college. Right. So I don't think it's necessarily that way. But yeah, the trend says that right now.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.